Hey guys, this is A-Bomb, and this is the heroic deck for beating Heigan the Unclean. We have a lot of cheap removal spells for the early game because that is what you're going to be struggling with. Earth Shock, Forked Lightning, Lightning Bolt, Rock Biter. These cards are used to control the early game, really seize it, stop taking damage to the face, and convert into the late game. Cards like Argent Squire and Haunted Creeper and Nerubian are used to be fodder for Heigan's hero ability. Um, Abusive Sergeant is to use these little 1/1s that you get on the start of your turn to deal more damage and to control the board in the early game. Flame Tongue Totem sort of has the same purpose. You can also use it for your own totems. Hex is a great card in the early game to get rid of the Void Caller and his pesky little Death Rattle. Harvest Golem sort of has the same purpose as the 1/1s here. To be fodder for Heigan's hero ability, but it's also a pretty solid card, and we want to keep our curve nice and low, as you can see here. Chillwind Yeti is just a solid card. You can play it on an empty board, have 2 health, and not die to a silly Voidwalker if you do take that hero ability. Dark Iron Dwarf has the same exact purpose as Abusive Sergeant, except it's a really tanky card, and again, it can tank one hero ability. And Fire Elemental is key if you get this in the late game. You might be struggling, but you just Fire Elemental and use its Battle Cry to really control the board. And so the theme of this deck is really control the early game with the spells, and in the late game, use these really powerful cards to seize the board and not take face damage. Some cards you might want to add, and I strongly recommend that you do add these if you have them. Lightning Storm is great, but it's a rare card, and that's against the spirit of this challenge. Feral Spirits is also a great card. 3 mana, 2/3, amazing. Mana Tide is something you don't really want. But otherwise, these cards are amazing. If you do have Earth Elemental, I don't even have that card. But it's a card I would recommend getting for this deck if you are able to. So, let's show you how it's done. Here we are at the mulligan screen. The only cards I really want in my starting hand are the cheap removal spells like Earth Shock, and Lightning Bolt, Rock Biter Weapon. Hex is good because we want to be able to deal with the Void Caller. Nerubian Egg and Haunted Creeper are good for Eruption fodder, as you'll see later. Hopefully we draw into those. And Abusive Sergeant is something I would keep if I had an Argent Squire, so I'm not going to keep it. Hopefully we can get the Rock Biter. That would be a dream. Double Earth Shock isn't the best thing we could get right now, but I guess we just have to deal with it. I'm definitely not going to use Earth Shock right away, simply because it doesn't do anything for me immediately. I'm probably just going to end up hexing this next turn. Okay, that's a nice card to see. Heigan can't really take advantage of it. Nor can I at this point, because I was planning on fitting my curve with 3 mana Hex. But I guess now I have 1 leftover mana, which I will use to conveniently Rock Biter. Woohoo! Alright, so going into 5 mana next turn, I think I'm going to use my Totem. My Totem, hope to get Spell Power, so that we can get rid of the Flame Imp. And then behind that, we're going to have our Harvest Golem. So, let's hope nothing terrible happens this turn. Okay, that's not the best card to be seeing right now, but I just have to think of it as 3 damage. Soulfire, wow. Okay, at least he got rid of a Doomguard. Think of the bright side all the time, right? Alright, so I think I'm going to need a Spell Power Totem this turn. Very nice, very nice. So I was planning on I really want to see what this Earth Shock gives me. The question is, should I... Sorry, the Fork Lightning. Alright, I'm going to trade here. And do 1 Fork Lightning. Not bad, not bad. I need to Lightning Bolt that. And I'm going to play... Or, sorry, Earth Shock that. And I'm going to play Argent Squire to protect the Harvest Golem, because that 1 damage is very valuable. Or the 2 damage from the Damage Golem is very valuable. And, wow, using a Soulfire on a... I don't know, what do you call those things? I forget. Alright, unfortunately, he got rid of my thing there. We're going to use Haunted Creeper as more fodder. And we have to use Fork Lightning here to get rid of one of the Fell Guards. And we're looking really good right now. Heigan is running out of cards. I drew into my Fire Elemental key card in the late game. My god, that's not what I wanted to see. I need a Hex. I need a Hex. Otherwise, I am... Okay, well, this isn't terrible, right? That is really not the card I wanted to see. Not only because it got rid of... It's not only because it's a 6/6, but it also got rid of my... my cards, so we can survive. We will survive, I think. Trade with this, obviously, use the Fire Elemental here. Oh no, I really should have totemed first to protect my guy, but that's okay, because I got the Healing Totem. I really hope we can survive. Alright, he's gonna copy that. So here we're gonna have to use, I think... Hold on. Okay, no. Alright, so we definitely want to get 6 damage on the face. This is going to die no matter what, right? So I want to trade away the Healing Totem because I want a different totem. And then I'm going to play my Dark Iron Dwarf on this guy. And start going face. He's going to destroy it, that's okay. As long as I can control the board, I'll be fine. If he plays Doomguard, I lose. Here I'm going to Earth Shock so he doesn't get... Actually, I need to Earth Shock. Because I can't deal with too much on the board right now. Alright, so I'm going to play Abusive Sergeant. Simply because I'm really okay with my Flame Tum dying. I have 6 damage to deal with the board. We're getting... Oh, I'm having some frame rate issues. But we're getting that control that I really wanted. And the Ruby and Egg is clutch, because I'm going to get that 4/4. Hopefully he doesn't have, you know... It's only a matter of time before he draws his Doomguard. Hopefully we don't get to that point. Because I really need to set up some taunts. And I need to stabilize, really. I am stabilized at this point in time. I'm going to play my minions to the left so that when it comes time that these guys die, I'm going to have this as fodder instead of just giving him my unbounds for free. And we have lethal, so unless he draws something or plays this card, hopefully it's not terrible. We're going to win. Alright. So, Heigan is probably one of the harder heroic bosses I've had to face when using a free-to-play deck. But my first time I went against Heigan, I actually won. And I thought it was going to be really easy, and then I lost a couple times in a row. The great part is that if you lose, it's because you lost the early game and you really didn't draw into the right cards, and he played a really, really strong hand. We didn't see any Power Overwhelm, or Doom Guards. We saw Dread Infernal, but when you see 2 or 3 of those cards in the same turn, it's really devastating. Which is why you really want to get rid of the Void Callers without summoning their Death Rattle. And if you can control the early game with the cards that I mentioned before, you're going to have an easy time, and it shouldn't be too difficult in the late game if you draw into your fire elementals and you're able to use the totems to protect yourself, not only your minions, but your face. You should have somewhat of an easy time winning the late game. So, I hope that helped. If you don't win at your first try with this deck, I strongly encourage you to try again, because trust me, when you win, you will win solidly, and when you lose, you're gonna lose pretty quickly. So, hope that helped. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and watching my other videos is a awesome thing to do. See you all next time.